Hello all, my name is Krishnak and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, today in this particular video we are going to discuss this amazing question that was asked by one of my subscriber. He said that, Krish, I have developed many end-to-end projects, but still I am not able to explain them in the interview. Please tell me what I am actually lagging at. Okay, and I initially thought that probably his project may not be that good. Okay, and he was also getting multiple calls, guys. Okay, multiple calls, like he could not clear the interview. He attended 2 interviews. He could not explain them, but he had more interview lined up for him. Then I thought, okay, he may be lagging in his project itself. I saw his project. His project is also pretty much amazing. He's created the entire pipeline. It is completely end to end implemented, right? But still, what was the thing that he was lagging? I had a conversation with him. Then finally, I actually understood, guys, the type of process that is basically followed in explaining the entire project. That was the thing that he was lagging. Now I'll tell you very good instances, where what was the actual questions actually asked for him, and what he could not answer properly. And in every, like, both the interview he actually went, the question was pretty much similar. They just told him to explain the projects, that's it, right? And okay, fine, he was just told to explain the projects. He started explaining that he was solving this particular problem, and he followed this steps, and we did the model creation, and then we did the model deployment. Okay, and then the major question that was asked for the interviewer: why you are doing this particular project in your company? What is the purpose of this particular project? At that time he was just blank. I think this was the one question that he told me, when they asked me literally this particular question, I was blank. Okay, now this is the most important thing, guys. When you are explaining the project, please make sure that you know the aim of the project. Are you trying to automate something? Are you trying to reduce some of the money that is unnecessarily being costed for the company? Are you trying to bring some changes that will help the company earn some revenue in the future? Are you helping to automate an entire process so that you'll be able to use the resources some other places? So this is called as efficient resource management. These are some of the aims, and sometimes some people also talk about numbers. We think that after implementing this may increase the revenue of the company by 2%. Okay, by implementing this may reduce the cost of the project by 2%. This is the kind of things that the interviewer will be looking at. Okay, this same thing happened to me, guys. I was in my previous company called as Panasonic, right? There I saw a candidate who had come for the interview, and over there he had actually written his project. Okay, and in the previous company he's working in some other domain. I told you how you were actually, so in his current company he was actually working in a specific domain. Then I told him that whatever project you have written in your resume, how this is actually relatable to your company or to your domain. This is also another mistake that is done by that, right? You may write some projects in your resume, but that project is nowhere related to your domain. This is also a major problem, and that time definitely the interviewer will be able to understand that you have just done this project for time passing, right? But always remember, whenever you are selecting a project, this is specifically for the experienced people, because for fresher it is fine. Freshers can definitely go and tell them what they have done, but they have to really implement a lot of end-to-end projects. But what about seniors? What about experienced people? Whatever domain you have actually worked at, okay, make sure that you try to create some modules that are related to your domain, and that way you will be able to explain properly. Now there was a candidate also, there was one of my subscriber who has recently cleared 4 interviews. And what he did, okay, he was working in some other domain. He was just working in some of the application over there. And after learning data science, what he did is that he just thought of a problem statement. Can we bring an AI module in this? Obviously, he did not get the company approval, but he started working side by side and he created a POC project. POC project basically means proof of concept. Now, when he created that POC, he then showed to his manager. Then his manager told that, okay, we may require client approval. The application is perfect. It is very good. And once we get the approval, we'll integrate it. Right? You did not get the approval, but that person did some additional thing which would automate some of the things over there in his previous project. Now, don't you think he can add that in his resume? Obviously he can add. The approval will happen later on. This is what is the power of POCs, you know. So we thought of, this was the application that was going on, and there was a scenario where we found out that this could be automated. This is a very good way to tell the interviewer, and you're talking, right, why you're doing this particular project, and you are specifically giving the reason that we did this specific project for this specific purpose. So we built the POC project, it went to the client approval, and still the approval is pending. Once we get the approval, it will automate all these things, and we may add more functionalities like this. And this is what every senior should do. What is a real world project for you? Whatever project you are actually working on previously, try to see whether you can actually bring some kind of AI modules into that. This is very, very much important. For freshers, it is fine. Freshers will actually focus on building an end-to-end project. It can be from any domain because they don't have any experience. But for an experienced person, the best way is that you try to do projects from your specific domain. Try to see whether you can bring any new things over there or not. That is the major important thing, and that is how you should think. If you are able to think in that way, then trust me, you will be able to get a lot of calls, and you will be also able to attend the interviews. The project goal is very much important. Why you are doing that particular project, and then explaining it step by step, and making sure that the interviewer is going in your path. This is the most important tip that I really want to give to crack any interviews. I'll probably make a detailed video like how an experienced person who's working in Java or .NET is making a transition towards data science. I'll give you a very amazing project recently one of the person has done. Probably I'll just explain you, and I may also call him for the live-to-live session. So I hope you like this particular video. Always remember, understand when you're going for the interview, the aim of the project, what is the goal, how you're going to implement it, what is the data gathering process, what is the life cycle, what is the problems that you have faced, how you have implemented it. All these things should be very, very important, very, very much necessary. And always practice talking, guys. Practice trying to explain your projects to your friends. This is the most important thing. So I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you, one all. Bye-bye.